Hey friends, Michael Warren here from Essential Guitar Lessons, and let's learn how to play Kiss from a Rose by Seal. G again, E flat major, F, G, 3 bars, F, C, G. This is a fantastic song for intermediate players to practice bar chords and 3/4 timing. For the tuning, he's using a 450 instead of a standard 4/4 tuning, so he's in between the E and the F. I'll just stay in standard tuning, but if you want to play with the song, just sharpen each string. Now I'll start by showing you all the chords and how to play them, so if you already know these chords, jump ahead to this time. If not, I'll break each one down for you. Now you could also use a capo on the 3rd fret for this song, but I find you miss out some of the voicings of the chords, so I'm just going to do it without the capo. Don't forget, if you like this lesson, to subscribe and hit the notification bell for songs and lessons uploaded weekly. If you have any problems with this song, leave a comment and let me know how you went with this one. So let's get into it. So for our chords, we're going to have a G minor. So we're barring the 3rd fret, so 3rd fret on the E string, 5th fret on the A and the D, 3rd fret on the G, B and E, and that's just our G minor. We have an F bar chord, or you can play this as an open chord if you like. So we have 1st fret on the E string, 3rd fret on the A and the D, 2nd fret on the G, 1st fret on the B and the E, or you can play that as a standard F open chord. Then we have a G chord as well. Now you can play that as an open G or as the G bar chord. So we have 3rd fret on the E string, 5th on the A and the D, 4th on the G and 3rd on the B and the E. And that's just our G chord there. We're going to have an E flat major 7, and we're going to keep the bar on the 3rd fret for this one. We're going to play the 6th fret on the A string. We're going to play the 5th fret on the D string, and then we've got that bar, so the 3rd fret on the G, B and E, and that's our E flat major 7 there. We're not playing the top E string, so E flat major 7. We have a standard C chord, so 3rd fret on the A string, 2nd fret on the D string, open G, 1st fret on the B, open E, and that's our standard C chord. We've got an F sus4, and we're going to do that as a bar chord as well. So we have 1st fret on the E string, 3rd fret on the A, D and G, and then 1st fret on the B and the E, and that's our F sus4 chord there. We have a C add 11, and the way we're going to play that one there is we're going to have the 3rd fret on the A string, 3rd fret on the D string, open G string, 1st fret on the B string and open E string, and that's our C add 11 there. And we're also going to have just a B flat bar chord there as well. So we're barring the 1st fret on the A string, 3rd fret on the D, G and B, and 1st fret on the E string there, and that's our B flat. So there are all our chords there, some tricky ones there with that E flat major 7, and I find most people have a few troubles with the B flat because it's so close to the nut there, but stick at it, you'll get it. So now let's jump into the song, now we know all the chords. Now because we're in 3/4 timing, our strumming pattern is going to be down, down, up, down, up, and that's 1 bar, so down, down, up, down, up, and up to speed, down, down, up, down, up. And that's a strumming pattern. It stays like that through the whole song, so it's not too hard. So for our intro, we're going to start on the G minor. We're just going to strum it once and hold it for a bar. So 1, 2, 3. Back to the F, same thing. 1, 2, 3, and then to G instead of G minor. And we're going to strum 2 times at the start of each bar. So for 2 bars. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And we just do that twice, and that's our intro there. So let me play that for you. F, G, and again G minor, F, and G, and that's our intro there. Now let's have a look at our first verse. So we're going to start with the G for 2 bars. Now the reason I'm using the G bar chord because it makes it much easier to get to the E flat major 7, because I'm just going from the G bar chord and then staying on that 3rd fret bar. So we've got G for 2 bars, E flat major 7 for a bar, F for a bar, and back to G for a bar. So that's the first line. Then we start on that G and we do it for another 2 bars. E flat major 7 for a bar, F for a bar, and then G we're going to do for 3 bars here. So 1, 2, 3. Then from there we're going to go back to the F for a bar, C for a bar, G for 2 bars, G minor for a bar, E flat major 7 for a bar, F for a bar, E flat major 7 again for a bar, F for a bar, and finish with G for 2 bars. So there's a lot of chords in there, not too hard. Let me play that for you now. This is our first verse, 3/4 timing, so down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So each bar is just for a count of 3. So starting on our G. That's our first verse. From there we're going into our chorus and we're going to stay on that G because we're finished on the G bar chord for 2 bars, and then into our chorus we're going to hold that G for another 2 bars. E flat major 7 for a bar, F for a bar, back to G for 2 bars, E flat major 7 for a bar. Now here we're going to our F sus4 for a bar, G for 2 bars, E flat major 7 for a bar, F for a bar, E flat major 7 for a bar, F for a bar, and G for 2 bars. And that's the chorus again. A lot of chords in there. Once you've played it a few times, it's not too hard. So let's do that up to speed. This is the first chorus, starting on the G for 2 bars. F, G, E flat major 7, now sus4, E flat, F, E flat, F, and G. And that's our chorus there. That can be a little bit tricky trying to get to that F sus4 there, but a bit of work you'll get it. Then from there we just go back to our intro and we do it 1 time this time instead of 2 times. So just our G minor 2, 3, our F 2, 3, back to our G 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and we just do that once there. Then from there we go into our second verse, and this is a little bit different from our first verse. Let's jump into that now. So our second verse starts the same, the G for 2 bars, E flat major 7 for a bar, F for a bar, G for a bar. Then we start on the G, we do that for another 2 bars, E flat major 7 for a bar, F for a bar, and this time we're just going to play the G once and hold for 2 bars. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then we go back to our E flat major 7 for a bar, F for a bar, G for 2 bars. E flat major 7 for a bar, F for a bar, G for a bar. Then we go to G minor for a bar this time, E flat major 7 for a bar, F for a bar, E flat major 7 for a bar, F for a bar, and finish on G for 2 bars. So it's a little bit different, that second verse. We've got that stop on the G there, and the timing's changed. So it's still 3/4 timing, but the way we're holding the chords is a little bit different there. We're not holding them for 2 bars, we're holding them for 1. So let me play that for you now, up to speed. This is our second verse, starting on the G. E flat major 7, F, G, G again, E flat major 7, F, and 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, F, G, E flat major 7, F, and G, G minor, and G. So you can build that last G up there, and you can do that on the first verse as well to jump in the chorus. Now the next chorus is exactly the same as the first chorus, and then from there we have our bridge. So let's have a look at that. So for our bridge, we've come from the G in the chorus, we go to our E flat major 7 for a bar, our F for a bar, and G for 2 bars. Then we do our E flat major 7 for a bar, our F for a bar, E flat major 7 for a bar, F for a bar. Then we're going to go to the F and stay on that for another bar. Our C at 11, and we're going to do that for a bar. C for a bar, and then B flat for a bar. And then we're going to repeat that last part 4 times. So the F for a bar, C at 11, C and B flat, all for a bar, and we do that 4 times. So let me play that bridge for you now so you can see how that sounds. To our G, 2 bars, E flat major 7, F, E flat major 7, F, start on the F. Then our third verse is going to be exactly the same as our second verse, except when we play the G the second time, so we have G for 2 bars, our E flat major 7 for a bar, F for a bar, then this G here we only do for 2 bars instead of 3. And then the verse will be exactly the same. It all plays the same chords, same chord progression, same counts, and we still have that stop on the G there for 2 bars. So the only difference is the second time we play G, just 2 bars instead of 3. So then to finish off, we've got the chorus, so we're going to play that 2 times. Now the first time through, we don't play that last G for 2 bars, we just leave that out and go straight back to the start again. So we're going from the F, back to the G, back to the start of the chorus. E flat, F, G 2 bars, E flat major 7, F sus4, G for 2 bars, E flat major 7, F, E flat major 7, F, and then go back to start, G 2 bars, E flat major 7 and F there, and then just repeats that chorus through to the end. So we're not playing that last G in the chorus, we're just repeating from the F and going back to the G. And that's the whole song there. So there's some tricky chords in there. That E flat major 7 can be hard to get to when you're first starting. And as always, the B flat can be tricky. Now to get from that F to that C at 11 is fairly easy as well. We can leave our 3rd and 4th finger down from the F, take off our 2nd finger and put our 1st finger on the 1st fret on the B string. So F, C at 11. So it's a fairly easy change there. And that's all the chords and all the parts to the song. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, and I'll see you soon.